everyone, welcome back to Mr. Holland's Classroom, where today we are going to be doing day 2 of lesson 72, where we're talking about the long vowel consonant patterns that are not normal. So this is a special lesson to pay attention to. So let's take a look. We're going to review the concept, do some word work we're going to do on our board, so you will need a writing board or a paper for this. We'll go over our irregular words, our regular spelling patterns, our heart words, as you might call them, and then we'll read some connected text. So let's get started. So the long vowel consonant comes in because when we learn about long vowels, we learned that long vowels usually have a mama E, or somebody call it like a sneaky E or a silent E that makes the I say its name or the vowel say its name. And we've also learned, oh, well, vowel teams also can make a vowel say its name. But in this case, it's just by itself. So like I here, like ild, like wild, or ind, like mind, or old, like told, or olt, like bolt. So we have a bunch of these weird patterns that come in, but you might not have trouble reading it or even spelling it, sounding it out. But the reason why it's tricky is because we've learned that long vowels usually have another vowel there somewhere helping it. In this case, it's all by itself. So oast, like host. So we are looking at long I's and long O's in this lesson. So let's read together. Old, most, find, wild, bolt. Good. Now let's do the word work. So I'm going to pull up my board while my friends take their marker caps off and get ready to write. So the word that we're going to start with, bolt. B-olt. Now I wouldn't even call it a blend. It's not a traditional blend. But they are two letters that go together, but they don't make the same sound. So we can still sound it out. B-o-l-t, bolt. They're all separate. So change bolt to bold. Bold. B-old. Good. Change bold to old. Actually, there's not much to change. Old. So just get rid of that. Then we're going to change old to cold. Mr. Holland, is it a K or a C? K takes I and E, so C takes the other three. Cold. Now change cold to hold. Huh. Old. Hold. Now we're going to change hold to mold. Old. Mold. And now we're going to change mold to mild. I. Long I. Mild. Okay, now we're going to change mild to wild. Ild. Notice how I don't have to erase the whole word to rewrite it. I could just sound it out and see what part is different. Let's do that for wind. Wind. W-I-N-D. You might be going, that says wind. It does. There's two words spelled exactly the same that make different sounds, but in this case we're saying the long vowel consonant, wind, like winding up a toy. Okay, now change wind to find. Ind. Okay, now we're going to change find to kind. Mr. Holland, is it a C or is it a K? K takes I. Kind. Okay, cool. Now we're going to change kind to mind. Ind. Then we're going to change mind to rind. Ind. And then the last one, we're going to change rind to grind. Grr. That's a blend. Grr. Ind. Great job. Erase your boards. We are going to move on to our third section where we are going to work with our irregular verbs. Or irregular words. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. Now we're going to take a look. We're going to review 3 of them. So tell me, what word is this?
Woman.
So we say woman when we're talking about one. What about this? Women. This is when we're talking about more than one. And they both say an I sound. Women. So that's why we need to know it by heart. What about this word? Move. It's not the E making the O say, oh, mauve. It's move. That's why we need to know it by heart. Now let's look at our, well, pause if you would like to practice spelling them. But for now, we're going to move on to our new one, which is both, which is interesting because this looks like the long vowel consonant, but this is really just one consonant. Notice how there's one box? It's because it's a digraph, which is 2 letters that make one sound. So it's not consonant, vowel, consonant. It's consonant, vowel, consonant because it makes one consonant sound, but it's not a short sound. It's not a short O sound. It's B-O. Both. Say both.
Both.
Great job. Okay, now if you want to practice spelling it, go ahead. But we're going to move on to the last part where we're going to read some connected text. So let's have my boys read with me. There is mold in the old home. Oh, that's nasty. All right, girls, read with me. The child wanted to hold the doll. Interesting, we got the "ild" there. Now, everyone, what kind of cake do you like the most? Great. Okay, now, I'm going to read, and I'm actually going to scoop this one. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to scoop this one, just this page though, and I'll read this page and then everyone can join me after. The Gold Rush. I like to scoop every now and again to show you how fluency looks. Because we're not reading like robots, long ago, bold men and women drove. We kind of use some expression and breathing in there, so watch. The Gold Rush. Long ago, bold men and women drove west to find gold. They left their old lives behind in hopes of being rich. These were wild times. Mines exploded with gold that could be sold for lots of cash. So it depends on where you're talking. Some swoops that I did up here kind of felt odd. They left their old lives behind. I would have put that all together. They left their old lives behind in hopes of being rich. You might scoop that a little bit differently too, but now I want everyone to read with me on the next one. Some folks got rich, but most did not find any gold. The men and women who did not find gold went back to their old homes. They told the tale of their tragic time in the Wild West gold rush. Very tragic times. But that's it for today. So give yourselves a round of applause, pat on the back, kiss on your brain, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.